Aiden writes in, he says, "Hey, Zach, not really an analytics question, but who's your favorite NFL team? Maybe you haven't mentioned this before and I am just too new and haven't come across that video yet, or maybe you keep it a secret on purpose. I haven't heard anything about your favorite sports team so far. Love your stuff, man. Thank you." Let me be very, very, very clear. I have mentioned this before. I don't blame you. I just want to be very clear because I want to make this into a breakout and tell people I do not have a favorite team. I do not have a favorite team. I do not have a favorite team. Everyone asks this question. A lot of people accuse me of being, I mean, literally insert any team. They're all, you're a fan of this team and this team. I don't have a favorite team. I'm not burdened by that. It feels great to not have a favorite team. I freelance. I love stories. I love following the entire league. I love following the NBA. I love following the NFL. I love following college football. And I root for good stories. I root for people I like. The biggest example of this right now is Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew's a great story. He's a great guy. I've met him. I shook his hand once. He's an awesome dude. How can you not love Gardner Minshew? And so I love good stories. I love following them. That's what I enjoy. I love telling stories, and that's the thing about football I love. And then I love the nerdy nuances of the game. I love breaking down film. I'm a nerd. I like answering questions. I'm curious, why did Andy Dalton get benched? I'm going to go watch every snap of Andy Dalton this year. It makes me want to blow my brains out. But hey, despite the fact he's a bad quarterback, I enjoy learning, why did Andy Dalton fail? Why did Marcus Mariota fail? Right? It's interesting to me. And so my passion is storytelling. And the vehicle, the stories I chose to tell when I made up this podcast was I want to talk about sports. Because I love football. I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of sports. I love watching sports. It makes me very happy. Brings me a bunch of joy. But I'm not a fan of any single team. I know that blows people's minds. I think some people, like, they're so into their team, they can't imagine not having one. I get it. I just choose not to. I will acknowledge I used to be a Seattle Mariners fan when I was like 13 years old. And I got so frustrated with that organization. They kept trading away good players. The straw that broke the camel's back for me was when the Mariners traded away Adam Jones, a really good prospect, the guy I was so excited to watch. They traded away Adam Jones for a pitcher named Eric Bedard, and Adam Jones went on to be this incredible all-star. And I was like, I'm so sick of this team trading away good people that become all-stars with other teams, and I'm giving my time and energy to this thing, the Seattle Mariners, a team that I have zero control over. I said never again. And so I just decided from that day on, not a fan of any team. I don't have a favorite team. I am very happily not a fan of a team. It's very freeing. I can watch whatever games I want on Sundays and Saturdays. I can do whatever I want. I feel so bad for Redskins fans. Can you imagine being a Washington Redskins fan right now where you're a fan of this miserable organization who cannot run things well to save their lives, and then you have no control. You have no control as a fan over your organization. I decided when I was 13 years old, I'm not giving any money, time, energy, nothing to the Seattle Mariners, and I do not have a favorite team at all. I think the closest thing I get to having a favorite team is I really like the Eastern Washington football team. If I ever finish my degree, I'll finish it through Eastern Washington online. The closest thing I really truly come to being a fan of a certain team is the Portland Pickles, like a wood bat baseball team. It's like college kids playing baseball. They sell good margaritas. I go with my girlfriend and watch baseball there. I hope I said baseball earlier. It's a baseball team. Little tiny, it's below single A baseball, but it's really fun. They're Portland Pickles. They have Dylan the Pickle as their mascot. It's this horrifying looking mascot. I love the Portland Pickles. That's fun. But I don't have a favorite team. I truly try to be non-biased on the show. It really helps that I don't have a favorite team. And I'm not emotionally invested in any professional sports team. I don't have a favorite one. I'm very happy that way. I don't want a favorite team. I just don't. I don't like that at all. I got burned out when I was 13 years old by the Seattle Mariners and said never again. So I don't have a favorite team at all. It's funny to me when people accuse me, though, like, dude, just admit you're a Cowboys fan, or just admit you're a Browns fan, or just admit you're an Eagles fan. Just admit. It's like, I can't admit I'm a fan of every team. If you read the comments over the years, it's like everybody thinks I'm a fan of certain teams. I just love the game. I don't have a favorite team, and I just wanted to put that out there. I do not have a favorite team. No matter what you say, you can believe whatever you want. I'm not hiding anything. I don't understand fandom. I don't understand having a favorite team and investing yourself emotionally in this thing you can't control. It just sounds infuriating to me. So I don't have a favorite team in the slightest. If you do, I'm happy for you. That's just not how I roll. It doesn't sound fun to me. That sounds very exhausting and disappointing. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to be very clear and open with the audience. My YouTube channel is monetized. What that means is that some of my videos make ad revenue. It's fewer than you think. A lot of them get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations from people on Patreon and PayPal. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler. Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. And because I'm making ad revenue, it felt kind of weird just receiving donations. I wanted to give something back for the donations. And so people who support me on Patreon can give me $1 a month, and that allows them access to a pool where they can ask questions. If you send me questions through Patreon's DM service, you comment on one of my posts on Patreon. If you give $1 a month, you can submit questions. And with my eyeballs, I look at every single question submitted. Then at the end of my podcast, I pick the best top couple questions and read them on the show and answer them in a segment I call Ask Zach. Now, that's for people who have money and want to support me that way. If you have no money to give, no problem. I totally understand. I grew up in a mobile home. I've been a broke college kid. I totally get it. But if you want to help in some capacity at the end, you can support the show by telling your friends about it. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about this show. It would mean a lot to me. If you believe in my dream and you believe in this show, tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, my name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so very much, and hope you have a great day.